Bonjour tout le monde. Good morning. Monday morning again. These Mondays are coming around very, very quickly, aren't they? I hope you've all had a lovely, lovely weekend again. And it's time for us to think about our theme. And it is absolutely wonderful. When I'm walking around school at the moment, everybody's coming up to me saying, Mrs. Williams, TEAM. Together, everyone achieves more. And it's lovely that we're actually all sharing that theme. We're all thinking about that theme, and we're all looking at our own contributions to our team here at St. Peter's and the things that we're doing around school. So well done. That's brilliant. And again, every time you see me, from a distance, of course, but let's do the wave and let's say Mrs. Williams, TEAM, because it's true. It's absolutely true. Together, everyone does achieve more and more that we do together. And I want to read you a story this morning about, it's an Aesop's fable actually, but there's a bit of a twist to it. Normally the Aesop's fable just has one crow, and the one crow finds a jug of water and how he manages to get the jug of water. But the story I'm reading this morning has actually got a greater relevance to our theme, because there's two crows in the story this morning. There's a big crow and the little crow, and actually helps us to appreciate the value of working together. Because what the big crow does is the big crow brings his wisdom to the situation. They have a problem. They're thirsty and they've got a jug of water, but the water is too low in the bottom of the jug, and they need to find a solution to get the water to rise to the top of the jug. And I'm sure you all know what that solution is. I'm sure you're all brilliant scientists and would know how to displace the water so that it rose to the top of the jug. But the story's lovely because actually the big crow brings his wisdom to the situation, brings his wisdom to the story, and helps the little crow to learn from that situation. So actually, together, the big crow passes on his knowledge to the little crow, who then is enabled to get a drink of water. So it just goes to show how working together actually can benefit both. But also it just goes to show as well how we can each learn from each other, because on his own, possibly little crow wouldn't have been able to access the water at all. He would never have been able to solve the problem. But because Big Crow had the information passed to him from his parents and passed to them from their parents, the legacy of that knowledge continues. And that's why it's important in classes to realise the role that we each play. When your teacher is passing on information to you, your teacher is actually part of that team. They're part of the team, and they're giving you new knowledge. They're helping you to become cleverer by actually passing on knowledge to them. And your role in that team at that time is to learn from that knowledge and to engage your brain and to practice those things that the teacher is helping you to do, so that actually ultimately that knowledge continues and grows and remains present on earth, so that because it gets passed on. My son once said to me, Mum, what happens to all this knowledge when I'm no longer here? Does it just disappear with me? And actually it would do, unless you pass that knowledge on to others. So one important part of being part of a team is actually sharing knowledge. Nobody knows everything. Not one person in this entire world knows everything. But the combined knowledge of everyone is vast. So actually being part of the team St. Peter's is about sharing the knowledge that we have, combining that knowledge so that together we're a better and stronger team. And that's what happens in our story this morning about the crows. The crows learn together how to help themselves get a drink of water. So here's the story. The Clever Crows. Big Crow and Little Crow were thirsty. It had not rained for months. The world was like a desert and everything was dry. Then Big Crow spotted a bottle, a clear glass bottle, in a dark corner of a shady courtyard. And in the bottom of the bottle there was water. Not much water, but enough for both of them to have a drink. Little Crow stuck his beak into the bottle, and as soon as he did, he began to cry. "The water's too far down," he wept. "We'll never reach it." "And if we tip the bottle over," sighed Big Crow in reply, "the water will soak into the dry ground before we've even had a chance to drink it." But then Big Crow spotted a pebble, a shiny black pebble in the middle of the courtyard. And Big Crow had an idea. He hopped into the middle of the courtyard, picked up the pebble, and hopped back into the shady corner. Then he winked and said to Little Crow, "Just watch this." And with the pebble in his beak, he put his beak into the bottle. He dropped the pebble into the water, and the water rose a little bit higher. Little Crow peered into the bottle. "There's one pebble down there," he said, "but the water is still too low for me to reach." "Then we will have to put in more," said Big Crow. And he picked up a silver pebble, and a bright white one too. And with all the pebbles in his beak, he put his beak into the bottle. He dropped the pebbles into the water, and the water rose higher. "1, 2, that makes 3 pebbles," said the Little Crow. "That's a lot better. But the water is still too low." "Then we will have to add some more," said Big Crow. And he found a brown pebble and a green pebble and a white pebble. And with the pebbles in his beak, he put his beak into the bottle. He dropped the pebbles into the water, and the water rose higher. "3 more pebbles," said Little Crow. "That makes 6 altogether. But the water is still too low. But can I drop the pebbles in this time?" "Of course you can," said Big Crow. "Be my guest." So Little Crow, who was really very, very thirsty by now, found 4 pebbles, a red one, a purple one, a yellow one, and a blue one. And with the pebbles in his beak, he put his beak in the bottle. He dropped the pebbles in the water, and the water rose higher. 6 pebbles and 4 pebbles, that makes 10 pebbles now, said Big Crow. "I think we've finally done it." And so they had. For when Little Crow stuck his beak into the bottle, he could finally reach the water. So Little Crow had a drink, and Big Crow had a drink too. And then they flew away, leaving 1 glass bottle and 10 shiny pebbles. And you can see the picture there of the glass bottle with the pebbles in it. Lovely, lovely story. Okay, so that was the story of the crows. And like I said at the beginning in the introduction, they actually benefited. They managed to get the drink of water. They were no longer thirsty, but they benefited from each other's contribution to that. So the big crow brought his wisdom and his knowledge, and the little crow brought the manpower, basically, when Big Crow had no more stones in his beak to drop into the pitcher. Then actually Little Crow helped, and Little Crow joined in too and helped that water to rise. So at any one time, just look at yourself. Just introvertly look at yourself and introspectively say, what's my contribution to the team right now? What am I doing that is making St. Peter's a better place to be because I am here? Because I can guarantee each and every one of you will be bringing something very special and very unique to our St. Peter's team. And without you, our St. Peter's team wouldn't be as good as it is, because each and every one of you plays a very special part in helping us all to be better. You are all part of the team, you all contribute to the team, and we all benefit from that. So just take a moment. What do you bring right now? What are you bringing to our team? in an hour's time, what will you be bringing to our team? And actually appreciate those around you. So look around you as well. What do other people bring to the team? What do you learn from them? How are you a better person by being in the team with someone else and your friends? So after the video's finished and at the end of the assembly and you go off into your lessons, I want you to just spend some reflection time, and I'd like the Shine team members to add those reflections onto the blog post. What do you bring to the team and what do you learn from the team? Because remember, TEAM, you're not on your own. Together, everyone achieves more. Hands together and eyes closed. Lord, be with us today on our school journey. Enter our hearts, enter our spirit, enter our mind, and help us to appreciate the value that we each offer and what we see in others and the value that they bring. And help us to appreciate all of us together here at St. Peter's, creating the brilliant team. Amen. And off you go to have a wonderful day and to learn, sparkle and shine. Off you go. Have a fantastic day, everybody. And remember to tell me what it is that you bring to the team and what you learn from others in the team. Because together, everyone achieves more.